So, how's it going, guys? I hope you're having a good night. Tonight we'll actually be talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro. We've been talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro for a while here in the channel. Actually, the last video that we made on it, we talked about an official statement that Nintendo made. A representative of Nintendo came out and they said that the current version of the Nintendo Switch was actually in the middle of its life cycle. So I took it for granted that we wouldn't see a new version of the Nintendo Switch for about another 3 or 4 years. But throughout the last couple of days, throughout the whole weekend, there's been a lot of information, a lot of leaks have been going around about the possibility that we have of getting a new upgraded version of the Switch. Yeah, let's just get into it. Another day, another Switch Pro rumor. The mysterious alleged new family member of the Nintendo Switch platform has been talked about heavily from leakers and hackers, and now a new nugget of info has apparently been dug up. This new detail comes from data miner Mike Heskin, who has a track record with this sort of things. It was he who apparently was the first to discover mentions of a new Switch model by means of the system's own firmware, specifically uncovering it back when the firmware was updated to version 10.0. Now Heskin mentions that the alleged new Switch model will indeed feature 4K. However, it is apparently going to do so by means of upscaling. The tweet that Mike Heskin came out with. Considering the information we've extracted and observed, we speculate this new DP to HDMI chip is designed for upscaling HDMI output to 4K. Haskin mentioned this detail in a thread of tweets that he claims is meant to clear up some misinterpretations of the alleged new Switch models. He once again says that the code name for this new model is Aula, as has been previously reported. Yeah, also people have been talking about the leaks of the Nintendo Switch Pro that is supposedly coming out very soon. Most of the leaks have described this model as the codename Aula. And he also mentions that it will feature an improved display of some sort with a chip from Realtek. A lot of people have been talking about the new display that is allegedly going to have 1080p capabilities. What stands out with Heskin's thread is that he also mentions that the new Switch's SoC is still going to be Mariko edition of the Tegra X1, the same that's found in the revised flagship Switch from 2019 and the Switch Lite, though the system RAM is still limited to 4 gigabytes, just like all of the existing Switch models. If the 4 capabilities of the alleged new Switch really is upscale only, then it remains to be seen how big of a performance difference it will have over the existing flagship Switch. In fact, all Switch models right now have the capability to output in 4K, but the way Nintendo and Nvidia have them set up keeps things limited to 1080p. So perhaps this alleged new model, despite using the same Tegra X1 chipset, has some further modifications to allow for this capability. Or perhaps all of the magic may be in the supposed new dock that may accompany it. Going by the way he describes it, it seems that this will be more of a soft upgrade than a wildly new machine. As a recent example, think of the minor improvements with systems like the PS4 Slim and Xbox One S over the original counterparts, rather than being upgrades like the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. But it seems like when you look at the information from this article, it seems like if we actually get a Nintendo Switch Pro this year, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a full-on successor of the Nintendo Switch. It's probably gonna be more of an upgrade. The Nintendo Switch Pro, if it comes out this year, it's probably gonna be closer to being the Nintendo Switch's version of what a PlayStation 4 Slim or what a PlayStation 4 Pro would be to the PlayStation 4. All of the information that people have been talking about over the weekend regarding the new Nintendo Switch, it's just rumors, it's just leaks, nothing is confirmed. Hopefully we might get a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. If we do, then it's not likely that they're actually gonna come out and say that the Nintendo Switch Pro is coming. I don't know when Nintendo is actually gonna come out and give us official information on that, but hopefully it seems like soon we're gonna have we're Nintendo's actually gonna drop something on us that is big, maybe an announcement, maybe we will end up seeing, when you look at all of the information that we gotten so far, maybe we will actually end up seeing an enhanced version of the Nintendo Switch this year. Personally, I still think that Nintendo should take their time if they really want to come out with a big successor for the Nintendo Switch that is actually going to have the appropriate software and hardware um, that is able to compete with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S, if that's what they want to do. And that is actually going to motivate people who already own a Switch to get that upgraded version of the Switch. It cannot be a Switch that just has a little bit more than the current Switch. It really needs to feel like a console that is like a version of the Nintendo Switch that is superior. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this. Let me know what you think about the Nintendo Switch Pro of the Aula. Are you excited about the Aula coming out soon? Do you think that Nintendo should take their time to really work on a successor for the Switch that actually feels like a better version of what we have right now? Just let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and I'll see you soon.